Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic. Welcome back to my channel. Lynette here. Thank you so much for joining me. So I've been getting a lot of requests lately from new subscribers, which by the way, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and becoming part of what I do here. It excites me. I love to see you and I love your questions, which for those of you who have been part of my channel for a while, I've been getting a lot of questions on junk journaling. What is a junk journal? How do you use it? There's just so much. And those of you who have been part of the community for a while know there's so many different avenues that you can take with journaling that it really can be overwhelming to new people or people that are just getting started in junk journaling. I know even for myself, there are times when it is overwhelming because I'm like, oh my goodness, you think you have to try everything on YouTube when really you don't. What is it about you? What is it that you can pull from journaling or a junk journal? I just really thought it would be a lot of fun to stop and slow down and really address this because it's something I haven't done on my channel before. I think it could be a lot of fun. I've been journaling. Oh my goodness, I've been journaling my whole life. I would definitely say that writing is something that I feel very passionate about. It's not something I do every single day. I'm never inspired to that level to write every single day, but it is definitely something that is a huge mental health benefit for me. I'm one of those people who feel that it is important to document things for the future, to document the past. So these are a huge driving force for me. So I'm going to be sharing that along the way. I am going to break up this series into different videos because I think it's definitely something I want to address in a little more detail than just one video would hold attention for, you know what I mean? So today's video, I thought, you know what, I definitely have to start with what I do here on my channel. The main thing that I do are my monthly collections. I want to share those with you a little bit today, but I thought it would be right for me to share with you the very first junk journal I ever received. And that is all the way up here. There's actually a shelf that you guys can't see. It goes up. It goes up. I definitely have to share a little clip of everything that I have going on here. This is the first journal that I ever received. It is the most true junk journal that I have. One of the things about a junk journal is it's made out of junk, what people would consider junk. Now this is a beautiful journal. It's not really full of junk. It's just, she made it out of an old book, which I love. She's torn pages out of the book. She's used the book as her background paper. You can see here. So that's why I say it's really the truest form of a junk journal that I have, even though she has beautifully, this is Reused Muse here on YouTube. I'm going to link her down below. She sent me this just out of the kindness of her heart one day. She had said she was enjoying my channel. I liked journals, but I hadn't started making them yet. And she just sent it to me as some friend mail, and I treasure this journal. It's the first one I ever had. I treasure it very much. I haven't used it yet, as you can tell, but I will. And that's something else I'm going to talk about a little bit in this series is journals and what they mean to me and how I use them, plan on using them, and I don't sweat it if I don't right away, you know? So anyway, that's something I'm going to talk about later. So junk journaling, I would say, this is just what I've gathered over the years of being in love with journals and junk journals. It originated with junk mail or trash. I don't want to say trash, but it's kind of a trash to treasure thing, you know, where you take your cardboard boxes that you have left over in the kitchen, like cereal boxes, and you would make the cover out of that, and you would use junk mail and envelopes and wrappers and things that you would have lying around from your everyday life, and you would use those to create your journal, and it's a really fun thing. So that's really how junk journaling started. I would say in social media, maybe like with YouTube and Instagram and all of that. I know personally that, you know, somebody like my mom, I'm 42, okay, I've been around a little while. My mom used to do these kind of things already, and there's some lovely women here on YouTube who have said that multiple times, like, back when I was a teenager I did this. And I think that's true for a lot of creative people, especially people who are in love with junk journals is it's something that you've always found a way. You know, you save your bubblegum wrappers and you're stapling it in your journal, or you save that card that you got from your high school sweetheart and you stuck it in your journal with I love yous and hearts and stickers all over it. Well, it's really the same concept. We've just been taking it to higher levels here on YouTube, especially because we share inspiration with each other and creativity with each other, and we're always pushing each other, you know, to think outside of the box. I would say that's really the beginning of true junk journaling. I just love it. I think it's so much fun. So I thought I should definitely kick off this series with what is at the heart and the core of my channel over the last couple of years, which would be my monthly journal collections. These have been such a passion for me and have really taken a turn on my channel and the things that I've been doing here, mostly because of the way just life has taken a turn. It's really been such a healing and therapeutic thing for me to do over the past couple of years. And we're actually at a 2-year mark. We have just completed 2 years of collections. April was the beginning of my 3rd year. So I did have one collection in year number 3, and then May I had to take a little break because of the whole quarantine and shopping issues and all of that. So yeah, I'm just so excited. I can't believe I've really followed through with something this long. It just goes to show you how meaningful it really is to me. One of the questions that I get asked is, what is a traveler's notebook? Which I will be addressing in a separate video, talking more a little bit about traveler's notebooks specifically. But I will say that it is the blueprint of what I created for my journal collections. So like I said, my collections are something that I come out with on a monthly basis, and they always have a different theme. I try to incorporate different colors throughout the months. I have my favorites, and I probably have my own personal style that will always be seen throughout each collection in some way, shape, or form. I've always had issues with identifying my own personal style, but it's probably there. I like to try to incorporate different things for different people, so there's always something that someone might enjoy a little more than the next, which is fine. I expect that. There's journals that I enjoy more than others, and that's just how it is. It's the ebb and flow of the collections, so to speak. It's something I've always enjoyed doing, is mixing it up and making things a little bit different. So why I would say that my collections have a blueprint of a traveler's notebook is really the size that I decided to create my journals from. I wanted to keep them all the same size so that they were very cohesive on the shelf. It's something you could put on a shelf and enjoy looking at and looking back on, and that it would just all fit together. So I try to keep specific elements of them the same so that they can always coordinate. Now, as far as junk journaling goes, I would not say these are a true junk journal. I take a lot of creative liberty with them, using different pieces of fabric. I always enjoy adding fabric. My collections always have a name. It's kind of funny because as I think about junk journaling, the Enneagram keeps coming to my mind. I don't know if this is something everyone knows about who's watching this video. The Enneagram is really just a personality test. It's what's popular today in terms of discovering who you are and what personality type you are, and it assigns you a number. Those of you who already know this, so I'm a 2. I like coaching people. I'm also a 1 wing, so I'm very organized and detailed and structured and business oriented and all of that. So if you do not know the Enneagram, it's spelled ENN, like it starts with an E and it has double N's. Google it if you enjoy things like personality tests and things, and you can find out what your number is too, and then you can read all about it. I think it really tends to show in the way that I do my collections. One of the things that I think is unique to me, at least I think it started out that way, I don't know, is I love to theme my collections. It has something to do with where I'm at the time. I love poetry, I love music, I'm a romantic, you know, there's like all of these things about me that I think could show in my collections. I don't know, you know, I haven't interviewed anybody, and I definitely don't like talking about myself. But one of the things that I love to do each month is include a letter. And I didn't bring one with me. I should have one in here with me. This was the last collection I came out with. It is the Serenity collection, which means peace. And this was at the beginning of April when all of us here in America started quarantining and the virus started here. And it really became this high tension, high anxiety, scared. We all got scared, right? To me, it just was like, okay, what does that mean for me? And it really becomes very personal for me, especially when it comes to the letter writing. So there might be some of you who are like, yeah, I'm not really into all that touchy-feely stuff, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But what I love is that it gives me an avenue to really share myself with you, because I haven't gotten on camera in quite some time. I've been going through, any of you who have past collections, you know that I've been going through stuff. Life is hard. Sometimes life is hard. Sometimes life is great. And I love sharing that month to month in a collection, in a theme, in my letters. Those letters to me are a huge element of my collections, outside of the Etsy shop, outside of YouTube, outside of Journal With Me videos. It really boils down to that whole thing about me being a 2 and loving people and wanting to help people. And sometimes the best help we can give people is just a glimpse into who we are. I've never been good at the whole faking it till you make it thing. It's just not who I am. So I just really feel like sometimes when, I want to relate to you. I want to say, here's where I'm at. I hope that this helps somebody. That's really at the heart and the core of what I do. And thank you so much to all of you who have sent me messages and emails and just sharing with me how it couldn't have come at a better time for you, how you just really feel like God has used it in your life. That means so much to me, that feedback, because that's really at the heart and core of everything that I do. That's a little off base as far as what is junk journaling, but I feel like I need to share that first so that you know what is at the heart and core of these collections that I share. My thought has always been that this is a great starting point for someone that would love to start journaling, and maybe you don't have a lot of supplies, maybe you don't have a lot of craft supplies in general. And to me, that was always the purpose, because my channel was very much Dollar Tree haul related. And I got into the junk journaling world and decided to make that shift on my channel, which isn't something you do on YouTube. You start a new channel, but it's just where I felt led to go. And my channel suffered a little bit for it, but that's okay, because that's not why I'm doing what I do, So anyway, I got off base. Oh, so that's kind of where I wanted to start. Okay, here's how we can start, and it's just been so much fun. So I have many Journal With Me videos on my channel. It would take you a long time to watch them all, but I do have a playlist and I will link that down below. I also have a junk journal specific playlist that I will also link down below, and I think it has junk journals that I've made and sold in my shop, but I'll link that down below too for anyone who's interested, who might be able to see a little bit, and it'll just give you something to watch until the next video when we talk about junk journals and some of those hardcover journals that I have on my shelf. These journals always come blank, and they, where I have just added fun, various office style papers into them, along with probably tea stain paper most of the time, even though this month specifically was avocado dyed paper. I guess I could open it up. It's just that it's fully decorated right now, so it's not showing you a blank page, but avocado dyed paper, which it probably isn't showing up on camera, but it has more of a pink hue to it. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. It comes with a blank journal that you're going to decorate and create yourself. And if you don't have supplies, you really don't need to worry about it, because it's also going to come with a kit portion of items that correlate with the collection. The colors match, the theme kind of matches, and there's always extra ephemera packs in the Etsy shop that can still correlate and go along with it. Maybe it has some more basic supplies too. So in my mind, that is something anyone can do. A lot of times I know it can be overwhelming to someone who isn't a paper crafter to think, oh, I can't do that because I don't craft. Maybe you don't identify with being a crafter, but it's still okay. Something else I'll do is just sell the journals, a handful of them, not very many. They usually go pretty quickly, but I will just sell the journal itself if you don't need the junk journaling craft supplies or you don't identify as a paper crafter. So you can just get the traveler's notebook too. Now there are things that I have had to overcome over the last couple of years with my journaling. I was going through a really hard time. We just had a really big family struggle for about a year there where I spent a ton of time writing in my journals. There are some of these journals that I don't know how I'm going to keep them because I really feel like I vented a lot in them, but it's what I needed. You know, it was fun to decorate, it was fun, but then I needed to really just pour my heart out, write song lyrics, scripture. Maybe I didn't have things that I specifically wanted to write about one day, but yeah, I would share just the songs that I'm listening to, write out those lyrics, write out quotes, write out Bible verses, things that I felt would lift me out of that heaviness that I was going through. So that's when journaling really kicks in for me, are those times, you know, and we all have them, or we will have them. This season that we're in right now as a world, not even a nation, as a world, is a very difficult season that we're in. So journaling can really be a thing that helps you with your mental health, basically. And it has done that for me. Another thing that I have used these journals for, this one specifically, is related to my grandparents. It was a theme we had one month that was called Homegrown, and it has this great rooster stamped on some linen here. I love the black and white of it. I love the whole farmhouse style. So to me, that's what this journal is. I have a flip through of this. I'll link it down below. I don't know what to link down below because I have a flip through of every finished journal when I started finishing them. In the very beginning I didn't, but this I am using. I've lost all of my grandparents. The most recent was in the fall when my grandpa passed away. And I just, you know, I have a lot of memories of them. I would love to write down and put down. It always feels like an overwhelming project. And I have just little pieces of memorabilia, like one of my grandma. I have some handwritten recipes of hers. I want them to go in here. So this is going to be a very specific journal just about my grandparents. When a story comes to mind, I can sit down and write it out if I want to. If writing is something you don't like to do, type it out, print it out, type it and tape it in here. And again, it's a junk journal, so it doesn't have to be fit to page. You can just fold up a piece of paper and stick it in there, you know? So anyway, for me, this is one of those special, specific journals that I am working on, and it could take me years, and that's okay. That is something someone like me who's a perfectionist has to say, you know what, Lynette, you don't have to finish it right now. Take your time with it. Another journal that I've been pretty specific with, and this is the Sunny Days journal. I actually made a cover. I did that one month where I had made a few covers. What is the purpose? There isn't really one. It's just to be cute. This is the one that I had made for myself. This is both some vintage fabrics that I had on hand. This is the journal from last June. It was kind of a summery themed journal. And what I used this for was memory keeping. So we've all heard of scrapbooking. We might have all been scrapbookers at some point, or you are right now. This has become my method of scrapbooking, of memory keeping. My girls are 24 and my youngest will be 19 next month. So we don't do a lot of things that take pictures nowadays, you know. I mean, my younger daughter doesn't live with us anymore. So this has become what I thoroughly enjoy as far as memory keeping goes. And it's different, it's fun. There are no rules. That's kind of one of the fun things about junk journaling. Here is some of the movies we went and saw last summer where I kept some of the movie stubs. And you know, I did things I would do in scrapbooking where I added my scrapbook paper and then maybe I just made a little note on this is what we did. So that's another way I've used my collections occasionally throughout the months. And then there are journals that I haven't written in at all. And I think that's important to mention because the perfectionist in me has struggled with the thought of not writing in a journal because I do this monthly. Obviously, they come out every 4 or 5 weeks. And some people just don't write that much. And I don't. I go through seasons with it. But usually what that means for me is it's something I can do that is a creative outlet. So here, this is one of my favorite journals where I just had so much fun decorating it. And I did a lot of, this was a fairy themed, garden themed collection. And I had a lot of fun just spending the time decorating it. It's super chunky. If I decide to go back into it one day and just sit down and write, it might be a little bit of a pain. Not to me, I don't care. I don't care if it's chunky. But if I never write in it, it's okay too. And that's something I just had to have a lot of freedom with for myself. If I write in it next year, if I write in it 5 years from now, if I write in it 20 years from now, it's okay. If I never write in it and I give it away, it's okay. I have so much fun. It's so therapeutic for me personally to just sit down and create something. And that's kind of what this has become for me. The last few months specifically that I haven't been writing has just been, I'm going to sit down and create something. That has been just as therapeutic for me when I don't have the words. But then if you are someone who does not create like this, or that's still a scary thought to you, it's just as easy and okay to use stickers, to write in it and not write a word. I mean, not decorate a page. You don't have to decorate it, or you can use washi tape and stickers. And that's something else I'm going to show in a future video on, journals where I haven't done heavy decorating like this. Like this was a specific moment in time for me where I felt like being creative in this way, but that doesn't happen all the time. So anyway, I really feel like that is a good introduction to my heart and my thoughts with my monthly collections. I love them. I mean, I have a heart and a passion for the women who use my collections. It brings me so much joy. It brings me so much energy to have all of you who continue to come back month to month basis, every couple of months, every 6 months. It doesn't matter. It means so much to me. It's so valuable to me. You are so valuable to me, and I love the fact that we can connect in this way and that you enjoy them and that you look forward to them. As far as junk journaling goes, the sky is the limit, and that is one of the most amazing things about it to me. The imperfection, coming out of scrapbooking where everything is about perfection. Junk journaling doesn't have to be. That's fun. That's fun in and of itself. So yes, that is why I do what I do. Basically, that's what I wanted to share today with these journals. I'm definitely going to get a little more specific. I'm anxious to share with you some of the larger junk journals that I have in my collection, my personal collection. I'm so anxious to share with you some of the journals that I have received from others that are priceless to me. Some of the journals that I've been gifted, I've been fortunate enough to purchase a couple of them, and I'm also anxious to share with you some of the ways that you can use a journal if you're just starting out and the thought of it is overwhelming to you. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch today. I hope that this video wasn't all over the place. I hope it was a good introduction, and I hope that it's a good launching pad for the direction I want to go with this series. I'm really excited about it. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you are not part of my channel and you would enjoy seeing future upcoming videos, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification if you would like to see when my future videos upload. Thank you so much again, you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.